also comes a fundamental thing, which is, look, Hamas has to realize, and Hamas, not to get too much into, you know,
Cowboy Nation, y'all already know who it is. Yes. Can you woo? Cowboy Nation, I told you guys I'm going to get back on here and talk about my quarterback, Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott right now is playing at an MVP level, baby. And I can't deny it. You can't deny it. Don't. If y'all don't know where I got that from, you need to do your research, baby. Some of y'all old enough to know what that is. But anyway, Dak Prescott, when healthy, he is a top 5, arguably top 3. I'm going to let y'all make up y'all mind on that. Even without a now behold CD Lamb, who's injured, by the way, but he do still have George Pickens. He do still have tight end Jake Ferguson. But what I'm telling you, Cowboy Nation, when that guy's healthy, most of you naysayers have negative things to say about Dak Prescott. But when healthy, and he's been healthy more than unhealthy, but when healthy, he is elite. And right now he's playing at a high elite MVP type level, baby. And nobody can deny. And I love it. I told everybody, when he's healthy, he's the best. Like I said, top 5, top 3. He's not like some quarterbacks over in the Philly area. That's all I'm gonna say. They can't stay healthy. Every time we turn around, oh, okay, he wasn't healthy. He was just playing through injury. Oh, okay. All right, then. Well, we'll go with that. But I'm not talking about him. I'm talking about my quarterback, Dak Prescott. If you go back to 2023, which wasn't that long ago, it's only 2025, Cowboy Nation and bystanders. It's only 2025. Back in 2023, he was second runner-up in the MVP race, baby. And guess what? He was healthy. You can go back to 2021. He played very, very good in 2021. He was healthy. He arguably very good in 2019 when he had Amari Cooper to throw the ball to. So whenever my quarterback is healthy, he's able to put up gaudy numbers. He's just playing at an elite level. He's throwing in tight windows. I mean, some of it being double coverage, and he'll throw it in the right spot for the tight end or the wide receiver or even the running back, even doing check downs. He throws in tight windows where only that person he's throwing to can catch it. Just go back and look at it. Look at the footage. The film don't lie, baby. Go back and look at it. Look at the footage. Now, let's look into the numbers, Cowboy Nation. All right, Cowboy Nation, Dak Prescott. Let's go down. All right, so it was week 1 in a losing effort. He threw the ball 34 times, 21 completed passes, 188 yards. That's 61.8 completion. That's good. Even in a losing effort. 5.5 yards per pass, no touchdowns, no interception. His longest pass was a 32-yarder, and his passer rating was 76.6. And his quarterback rating was 60.4. Week 2, the shootout that we won in overtime against the New York G-Men Giants. 38 passes were completed out of 52 for 361 yards. Completion, look at this completion percentage, 73.1, 6.9 per pass, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. Longest pass was 33 yards. He was sacked 3 times. One can argue offensive line still wasn't playing up to par at that moment or in that game. however you want to look at it. Passer rating 96.7, quarterback rating 71 percentage. In a losing effort against the Chicago Bears, he threw the ball 40 times, 31 were completed, 251 yards. That's 77.5 completion percentage, baby. That's pretty high, y'all. Come on now. 6.3 yards per pass, 1 touchdown, 2 interceptions. One of them wasn't his fault. 37 was his longest passing completion. Offensive line didn't help him with those 2 sacks. His passer rating was high again, 80.3. Quarterback rating was a little lower than what we expected, but due to what was going on in that game, just didn't get a lot of protection. By then, it was obvious that all 4 of those offensive linemen were injured in some shape, form, or fashion, because they were not giving him enough time to really do what he needed to do in the Chicago game. And I argued that. I don't know if other people could see that, but I saw it. But I understand you have to give your quarterback time, and they were not able to do so. Really, you can really tell where when you see a lot of sacks like that, 3 sacks, 2, which essentially is not a lot, but when you see that, normally that's saying that the quarterback didn't have enough time. All right, and then we go to the infamous Green Bay game, man. I mean, that game there was phenomenal. Similar numbers. He had even more yards, even more passing yards versus Green Bay. Essentially was a shootout. Defense was historically bad again. So 31 completed passes out of 40 attempts, 319 yards. That's 77.5 again. That's very high completion percentage. 8 yards per play. That's very high. 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. A 34-yarder was his longest throw. He only got sacked 1 time. His passer rating is ridiculous, 124.9. And then his quarterback rating was pretty high too, 94.6. And then, of course, against the Jets, he only threw the ball 29 times. And I can live with that because the run game was just gouging the opposing team's defense. So 29 times, 18 of them were complete. 237 yards, 62.1 completion percentage, which is good, and 8.2 per pass with 4 touchdowns. Come on, man. A 46-yarder was his longest pass, only 1 sack. Look at the passer rating and look at QB rating. So, with all that said and done, Dak is leading the league in yards right now with 1,356 yards right now. So, Cowboy Nation, with all that being said, Dak Prescott is playing out of his mind right now. So, the numbers don't tell everything, but if you sit back and look at the game and how he commands the offense, how him and Shot, it seems as if they are always on the same page. One thing I don't like, and I did mention this during my last podcast, that our third down efficiency is not up to par, but we're so good on first and second down, and we're leading the league in play action. We're 91% in play action. Thus, we are the number 1 offense in the National Football League from a yardage perspective and a play action perspective. So, man, due to Shotty and Dak Prescott. Without a good quarterback in the National Football League, you ain't going nowhere. I don't care who you are. I don't. In this day and time, maybe 25 years ago, your Tampa Bays of the world, your Baltimore Ravens of the world. But nowadays, man, you got to have a fire quarterback with a high-powered offense. That's the only way you're going to get somewhere in the National Football League. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to give my quarterback, Dak Prescott, his flowers. Hopefully, he'll continue to play at a high level for us, and hopefully our run game will continue to do what it's doing. It really doesn't matter who's back there, but right now, Javonte Williams is arguably the best back in the league right now as far as yards out the contact. So let's just keep feeding the beast, and play action off of that. and continue to be successful. And if our defense continue to play like they played against the Jets, then man, our division and our conference better be looking out for the Dallas Cowboys. That's my time, and I truly thank you all for your time. Remember, give us the thumbs up, share this content. Sharing is caring. Share this content. Share it with a friend. Share it with a neighbor. Share it with a stranger. Share it with a coworker. Share it with your significant other and even your enemy. And maybe, just maybe, y'all might become cool after talking about Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys. DC for life. Yes.
Tell 'em Jesus say you should go and tweet that. Tell 'em Jesus say, and tell 'em mama tweet back. Jesus saves, Jesus saves, Jesus saves. You should go and tweet that. Jesus saves, Jesus saves, Jesus saves. Tell 'em mama tweet back. I walk around my city with a smiley face, because I had a taste of this amazing grace. And I ain't selfish, homie, I'll give you some. Got it. I gotta spread his word until his kingdom comes. It's coming. I'm trying to reach the soul of the sinner man. What up? And we gon' spread it out like some cinnamon. What up? We took it to the north, Vancouver. What up? We put it on the track. Let's lose.